What's up, everybody? It's David Gray with the Livingston Parish News here with you on a Thursday, and hope everybody's having a great week so far and about to get into the weekend. And yeah, if you stepped outside, it's been hot, so I probably am sweating in my shirt right now, but that's okay. So we're gonna get through today's headlines. Got a lot of news to throw out y'all today. Well, like I said, you can find all of our content daily on our website www.livingstonparishnews.com. We have two print editions that come out every week on Thursday and Sunday. And then for $5, you can subscribe to all of our online content. It's all of our news stories, sports stories, lifestyle and art stories, and photo galleries and everything. So let's uh let's dive right into it. And right now, it looks like there's a good bit of traffic building up in different areas right now. Of course, you have your regular traffic on Highway 190 near Eden Church Road in Dim Springs, and there's also some good bit of traffic building up on Jupin Road going towards Highway 190. Then there was a report earlier of a sewage truck that overturned on Rushing Road between 4-H Club Road and Range Avenue in Dim Springs. So there's a bunch of traffic right now. I guess the crews are still out there to cleaning that mess up. So be on the lookout for that. If you're on Rushing Road, there's expect to be waiting a while because there's a lot of red right now. And then you also have some traffic that looks like it's building up. Looks like there's a wreck on the interstate coming from Baton Rouge towards Hammond on I-12. The wreck appears to be a good bit before you get to Denham Springs, right before you actually cross over the Amite River Bridge. But if you're coming from Baton Rouge towards Livingston Parish, you're going to be sitting in some traffic for a little while, it looks like. Then also, let's zoom out a little bit. There's a traffic on Highway 1026. Yeah, like I said earlier, that's Jubin Road. And then there's also some traffic on Highway 447 in Walker near the roundabouts. And then also a little bit of traffic north of Walker near the Highway 1025 and Highway 447 intersections. And like I said earlier, it's really hot today. It's 94 degrees currently right now, and it feels like 100. And tomorrow it's supposed to be even hotter. It says on our from our friends at WVLA, NBC 33, and WGMB Fox 44. They have the forecast this week being 98, a high of 98 on Friday and Saturday. It's supposed to be sunny all day on those days, so you don't have to worry about the rain, but there's going to be a lot of heat. And then Sunday, it's also a high of 98, though it's they have some clouds. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, it's partly cloudy, though it's supposed to be in the mid to upper 90s. So we got a bunch of hot days coming up the next week, but that's September in Louisiana. It's still kind of lingering over. The summer still lingers over until early fall and doesn't really get cool around here, as we know, till November. So I'm not telling y'all anything new. Now let's kind of dive into the news today. Uh, Earlier today, the sheriff's office released a press release saying that that the narcotics division had arrested two Hammond residents following a drug investigation at a Denham Springs hotel. Richard Kinney and Jessica Eisworth, both of Hammond, were booked into the Livingston Parish Detention Center early Wednesday morning. During the search, detectives found 1.5 pounds of methamphetamine, MDMA, hydrocodone, marijuana, amphetamine, heroin, a handgun, as well as $633 in cash. Kinney, age 33, faces the most charges. He has right now he was booked with possession with intent to distribute Schedule 1, Schedule 2, and Schedule 3 drugs. Also charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. Also charged as being a felon in possession of a firearm and possession of a firearm with drugs. And his bond was set at $375,500. And then Eisworth is being charged with possession of Schedule 2 drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a firearm with drugs, and her bond was set at $60,500. So that's kind of the crime news that came out today. And then switching gears to school board, Kevin Fembro, news reporter, will be at the school board meeting tonight, and he gave a little preview of what's on the agenda tonight, and it's mostly change orders and accepting new projects for the school board. One of those is change order number 5 for the classroom additions at Albany High School. That would be considered from Zyler Architects, and they will try to notice of substantial completion for the project will be considered. And then change order number 1 for the demolition of Southside Junior High will be reviewed from Alvin Fairburn and Associates, and notice of substantial completion for the project will also be considered. And then also on the agenda is change order number 2 for the repair of the cafeteria multi-purpose building at the former Southside Elementary School, which is, if you followed us recently, you know that's the new Denham Springs High STEM and Robotics Center. So those are kind of the things going on today in news. And then in sports, as we all know, tomorrow is the start of football season, and we're going to be out and about covering all the games today. Just a reminder, we got 5 games going on tomorrow for Livingston Parish schools. That'll be Hineville at Denham Springs, Ponchatoula at Live Oak, Independence at Albany, Madison Prep at Walker, and then the only Livingston Parish team that'll be on the road to Springfield, and they're going to be playing Bogashita from Mississippi. And then in some other news, swim team, the Holden swim team, they're sending a member to the Louisiana High School Coaches Association All-Star Swim Meet coming up soon. Hannah Hirschis of Walker, of Holden, excuse me, was accepted or selected to swim in the meet. Swimmers who were selected for the meet that had to place in the top 16 in their respective state championship meet last year, and Hannah actually placed fourth in the 500 free last year and fifth in the 200 free at the Division IV state swim meet. And she's going to be one of 106 girls competing. There's always going to be 106 boys competing. So we'll be on the lookout to see how she does in a few weeks. Now switching news to lifestyle, my section. Posted a story today about the Crew Denham Springs. They had something different recently. They did a community cook-off. That's something that they haven't really done. All 10 crews in the Crew of Denham Springs, which has been in existence for 40 years. They're going to be celebrating their 40th year in existence soon. They got together at Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Denham Springs, and they just had a cookout. It was just a way to bring existing members together, and also, according to the president Emily Barkley, it was the way to hopefully attract new members. The crew has 160 members right now, but they're always looking for new people. If you've lived in Denham Springs, you know there are two big things a year: the Mardi Gras Parade and their Crew Denham Springs Ball. And both of those, I've been to both of those, and both of those are really fun events. And during the cook-off, they actually donated the Crew of Denham Springs, along with Texas Roadhouse, made a $8,000 donation to the Foster Village. And if you don't know, the Foster Village is a nonprofit donation center in Walker that donates gently used and new items to local foster families free of charge. And so the co-founders Amy Lejeune and Shayna Landry accepted the two checks. One check was for $3,000 from the Crew Denham Springs. The other check was $5,000 from the newly opened Texas Roadhouse and the Jubin Crossing Shopping Center. So and both of them said it's going to go to good use. And interesting thing about that is the co-founders of the Foster Village, they started this less than 2 years ago. They had this dream of they're both foster parents, and they had this dream of opening up a center to and just to help local foster families in need, because it's a lot to ask for a family to take in another child and provide that clothing, food, and all other necessities to that child. And so they've made it their mission to help that. And during their ribbon cutting in May, they said they have never applied for a grant for the donation center, and everything came from the community. And this is just another example of that. So that was a good thing to see. And then in other news, the Roberts United Methodist Church in Denham Springs celebrated 125 years recently. It was a big moment for the church. The Roberts United Methodist Church is actually the oldest church in Denham Springs, and its first African American church. And that church has has a stronghold in this community. Every year that's where the Martin Luther King Day March ends. It ends at Robert United Methodist Church, and that's where a sermon's held, church service is held. And recently they celebrated 125 years, and it's if you haven't been in that building, it's a beautiful building. They've done renovations to it in the last few years, and it's crazy that church started in 1894 in a log cabin that was also used as a church. I mean, it just shows what a group of dedicated people can accomplish. And so like I said, they celebrated that, and that's actually going to be in this Sunday's paper. So if you want to check that out, it'll be available for you to buy pictures. And also there's a complete photo gallery of all the pictures we got on our website, www.livingstonparishnews.com. So let's take you back through the traffic and weather real fast and get you out of here on a Thursday. Like I said earlier, the traffic right now is building up pretty badly on Highway 190 near the Jubin Road intersection. And there's also a good bit of traffic on Rushing Road between 4-H Club Road and Range Avenue. And as I said earlier, there was a report of a sewage truck that overturned on that street. So that's what construction crews have kind of been having to clean up today. There's also some traffic building up near the 1025 Highway 447 intersection north of Walker. And then there's also a good bit of traffic that's building up coming from Baton Rouge towards Hammond on I-12 just before you get to the Amite River. So a little bit past the, looks like it's building up before and past the O'Neill exit. So be on the lookout for that. And then, as you know, if you stepped outside today, it is a hot one. It is 94 degrees right now. Feels like a 100 degrees. The rest of this week, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's supposed to be a high of 98 and sunny all 3 of those days. And then next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's supposed to be mid to upper 90s and partly cloudy on all those days. Right now, that has a 20% chance of rain. And that weather update comes from our friends at WVLA NBC 33 and WGMB Fox 44. Well, like I said, I'm lifestyle editor David Gray with the Livingston Parish News. You can find all of our content on www.livingstonparishnews.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We have a morning and afternoon show that we publish Monday through Friday, as well as a weekly podcast. It's done by our publisher and editor, McHugh David. Hope you all have a great day.